register to showcase the foundational skills.
Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today is Saturday, February 28th, 2026, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got spring training baseball here on tap this Saturday afternoon. The Seattle Mariners versus the San Diego Padres. And we're going to have the Kade Anderson pitching debut. First round pick, number 3 overall from the LSU Tigers. And again, I don't know if I've been this excited for a prospect in quite some time. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Saturday, everyone. On the left, to honor his debut here in Major League Baseball, even though it is in spring training, Kade Anderson. And on the right, Fernando Tatis Jr. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at third base, newly acquired with the trade with the Cardinals, Brendan Donovan. Batting second, catching today for Seattle, the best catcher in the game, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting third, DHing today for Seattle, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Happy birthday, Randy. Batting fifth, playing center field, Luke Raley. Batting sixth, playing right field, Dominic Canzone. Batting seventh and playing first base this afternoon, Patrick Wisdom. Batting eighth, welcome back to the Mariners, second baseman Ryan Bliss. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, the phenom Colt Emerson. And on the mound for the Mariners, making his debut, first round pick, number 3 overall from the championship team, the LSU Tigers, coming off the Natty. It is Kade Anderson. And now let's get into the starting lineups for the home San Diego Padres. Leading off for the Padres at shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. Batting second, playing center field, Jackson Merrill. Batting third, playing right field, the former Philly, Nick Castellanos. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, reaching today for the Padres, Miguel Andujar. Batting fifth, playing first base, Gavin Sheets. Batting sixth, catching today for the Padres, Freddie Fermin. Batting seventh, playing second base, Jake Cronenworth. Batting eighth, playing third base, Jose Miranda. And batting ninth, playing left field for the Padres, Nick Solak. And on the mound for the Padres is J.P. Sears. Definitely excited about the debut for Kade Anderson, even though it may only be for a couple innings. We're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on the Dono train.
I am.
And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby.
Here. Usually not an interweb dating guy. Barely ever.
Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Let's go. And again, we're less than a month away from the start of the regular season, so we are going to be doing quite a few of the televised spring training games here in March. And then obviously we have the World Baseball Classic for the other 2 weeks. And then once we get to the end of March, we'll be able to, tap into the first regular season game, which will be March 26th. At home versus the Cleveland Guardians. But again, this will give us an opportunity to be able to scout, see how the new players are adjusting to the squad, like Brendan Donovan. And again, very excited to be able to see how this will all play out here today. Shout out to Odin's son with the $20 dono right out of the gates. Appreciate you before the stream even started. We're at 20.80 to go to hit the dono goal. Appreciate you. JP Sears on the mound for the Padres, getting ready here for the first pitch. And leading off will be Brendan Donovan, third baseman from the Cardinals, who was a All-Star last year and Rookie of the Year in the National League back when Julio was in 2022. Big dumper Cal Raleigh batting second, the best catcher in the game, and batting third, DHing Josh Naylor. And this is one of the first opportunities that Naylor has to play with this particular group. And obviously, we know a lot of the individuals have made their way on a plane, with the World Baseball Classic, including Julio. So it's nice for Naylor to be able to grab a spot and get in. First pitch from Sears to Donovan, and Donovan, nice base knock into right field. And this guy is going to be absolutely fantastic for us as a leadoff hitter. Better than, JP Crawford, better than Victor Robles, and definitely better than Randy Arozarena, even though he is celebrating a birthday today. First pitch into right field, another base knock, and that'll give opportunities for guys like Cal, Julio, Naylor, and Randy to knock him in. Let's go. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Mark in the building. What's good? Go M's. Trident's up. First pitch, low and away. Four-seam fastball. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh by JP Sears. 92 miles an hour. 1-0 count. The Dominican Republic and Team USA should face each other. I mean, it's an all-star team for both. And I'd be shocked if we don't get that particular matchup unless they match up before the championship game. But again, the Dominican Republic team is good enough to win it all, based on all the superstars they have on that roster. With Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on top of Julio Rodriguez and many others. So we'll see how it plays out. But, we do have Cal and Aaron Judge and, Tarek Skubal and a few others. So it should be very exciting for the WBC. 1-1 pitch. After that last one is fouled off by Cal. Takes a strike looking inside. And we'll see if we get any ABS challenges here today. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Sears to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Brendan Donovan with a base knock into right field on the first pitch of the game. 1-2 pitch from Sears to big Raleigh. And the big dumper, big swing and a miss. And down he goes. And that is 1 away. Hopefully Cal will be able to get it going at some point before the game. And I know he's going to be able to do his best to be able to mentor Kade Anderson on the mound, making his MLB debut. Next up for the Mariners, DHing in the 3-hole, Josh Naylor. And obviously this normally would be the Julio Rodriguez spot, but obviously on a plane and, with his teammates for the Dominican Republic. So once that is over, then we'll obviously start to see Julio back in lineups again for spring training. First pitch, low and away. Four-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour by JP Sears, 1-0 count. Let's go, Nails. And this was the most important, individual to make sure that we signed. We kind of figured that Polo would be gone and Gino would be gone. Polo going to the Mets, Gino going back to his old team, the Reds. But this is the guy that we definitely needed. Little chopper up the middle and going for the double play, throw to first and got him. And that will be the end of the first inning. 0-0 here, at least at the top for the Seattle Mariners. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning and see who's up next here for the San Diego Padres. Leading off for the Padres at shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. Batting second, center fielder stud Jackson Merrill. And batting third, right fielder, former Philly, Nick Castellanos. And on the mound for the Mariners, making his MLB debut, first-round pick, number 3 overall. Should have been the first pick overall in the draft, but thank you so much to those first 2 teams that passed. Again, if you're going to develop a pitcher, the best place to do that is here in Seattle, and we're so excited for Kade Anderson. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. We're at 20, 80 to go, and 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. And again, I definitely was very excited for Colt Emerson. Very excited about Kade Anderson, and I feel that those are the two guys that are going to make the biggest impact on the squad. You would assume Kade will be joining the roster. I would assume somewhere around, May or June. Obviously, he could be put in as a bullpen guy immediately, but they want to make sure that he's a starter, which that's what we drafted him for. So we did have 4 injuries out of 5 starters last year, with Wu late, and then Kirby missing the first couple months, Gilbert, as well as Bryce Miller, Luis Castillo, the only individual that didn't get banged up. And at some point, Anderson will replace Castillo, you would assume. And again, it's going to be very exciting to see his development, as well as another stud, Ryan Sloan, that's in the farm system as well, could get called up this year also. And then as far as Colt Emerson is concerned, a little bit better skill set than Cole Young or Ben Williamson that we had to move on and trade away. So can play multiple positions like Brendan Donovan. So it'll be exciting to see where these guys fit at the beginning of the year. First pitch by Kade Anderson to Xander Bogaerts. Big swing and a miss. And that's exactly what we want to see. With the bullpen practices, he was striking out all the top hitters for the Mariners, even as a rookie. So this should be very exciting. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Xander Bogaerts. No balls and 2 strikes from Kade Anderson. And again, that's what you want to see. Big swing and misses, big punch outs. Let's go, Kade. Bogaerts in the box. Anderson on the mound. 0-2 pitch. Big strike 3. Strikes him out looking. Let's go. 3 pitches. 3 strikes. That's exactly what you want to see. Nice job, Kade Anderson, bringing that electricity right out of the gates, just like he did at LSU to help them win the Natty. Batting second now will be center fielder Jackson Merrill. Global broadcast here on the MLB app if you want to watch along. First pitch outside, 94 miles an hour. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Anderson on the mound, Merrill in the box. Beautiful. 0-1 pitch, little slow dribbler up the middle. Get it. Throw to first. And the throw was a little wild. And Jackson Merrill is safe at first. Come on, defense. Nice infield single there by Jackson Merrill. And again, if we would have had our normal guys, at short as well as at first, maybe things will be a little bit different, but you got to give him credit. Nice base knock by Jackson Merrill, an up-and-coming stud for the Padres. Next up, the former Philadelphia Philly right fielder Nick Castellanos. But everything has been a strike so far for Kade Anderson. First pitch, crushed towards that third base line by Castellanos, and it is foul. 93 miles an hour with that 4-seam fastball by Kade Anderson. And again, a lot of us have been, waiting for this particular day to see Kade pitch. And, even though it's in a spring training game, you have to assume, him and Colt Emerson will be a part of the squad this season. How early? We'll have to wait and see. Emerson could be starting day 1, and Kade, since we already have 5 starters that are healthy, we'll probably have to wait till May or June, but should be on the roster this year. There's no doubt about that. 0-1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Castellanos. Come on, Kade. He's going to be a fan favorite for sure, and he would be the only lefty in the starting lineup once he gets there. Big swing and a miss on the 1-1 pitch with the changeup, 85 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Anderson to Castellanos. Let's go. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Kade Anderson on the mound. Castellanos in the box. One-two pitch. Breaking ball, slider inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Anderson to Castellanos. And also, it's great that we have Cal Raleigh, being catcher to be able to call the game, to get his confidence up instead of some of the backup catchers that we have on the roster. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Anderson to Castellanos. Let's go, Kade. Larry in the building. What's good? And pitches outside, and that'll be a walk for Kade Anderson. As long as we don't have too many of those, we'll be fine. Castellanos to first. Jackson Merrill makes his way to second. Next up, cleanup hitter, DHing today, Miguel Andujar. And hopefully we'll get a slow dribbler right up the middle for Kade Anderson, and we can get the double play, which they got on Josh Naylor at the top of the first. But we'll be doing pretty much every televised game for the Mariners in spring training the rest of the way. So there should be, close to 10 in March. And then we'll have the World Baseball Classic with 5 or 6 games. So, and then obviously once we get to the third week or the last week of March, that's where the regular season will start. And then we'll be doing pretty much every game the rest of the, regular season. So can't wait for that. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, high and away. No balls and 2 strikes to Miguel Andujar. Big swing and a miss. I see you. Come on, Kade. 0-2 pitch. Low and inside with a curveball, 79 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Anderson to Andujar. And again, I've been waiting a long time for us to be able to have a starter that's a lefty. And again, could have been the first pick overall, could have been the second pick. And again, the Angels decided to go with a different pitcher. I think they're going to regret that. And again, if you want to develop pitchers, Seattle is definitely the best way to go, especially when you have the best catcher in the game being able to help you along the way. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, and down goes Andujar. Let's go, Kade. That's what we want to see, baby. Next up, first baseman Gavin Sheets. But a couple punch outs already, and that's what you want to see. If you got a guy that's a highly touted prospect, you want to see punch outs. You want to see big swings and misses. You want to see strikeouts looking. You want to be able to see him dominate, and so far so good. I think everything that was hyped about him as soon as we drafted him and the batting practice sessions that I've seen already. He's definitely going to live up to the billing, and he will be in the starting lineup sooner than later. First pitch takes a strike looking, high and away, 0-1 count. And after Luis Castillo gave up a 3-run jack last night in spring training, honestly, I would rather have Kade start over Luis Castillo right now. And that's really saying something. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, low and away. No balls and 2 strikes to Gavin Sheets. I don't really have a whole lot of faith in Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo. Slightly more faith than Miller, but Castillo definitely is on kind of a downward trend. 0-2 pitch. Big strike 3 looking, and nice job by Kade. 3 punch outs. Unbelievable. Nice job, Kade. Nice job, baby. And the LSU phenom, fantastic start. Doesn't give up any runs, ends up getting 3 outs. Beautiful job. Way to bring the electricity. And again, that's why we're here, and that's why you even get, your image on the thumb for the very first time, even in spring training. Great job by Kade Anderson. End of the first inning, 0-0 Mariners and Padres. Let's see who's up next here for Seattle. Next up for the Mariners, in left field, in the cleanup spot here today, Randy Arozarena, and it is his birthday today. Happy birthday, Randy. Hopefully your defense in left field will be a little bit better than it was last season. Have a great day today. HBD, happy birthday. Batting second, center fielder filling in for Julio since he's on a plane, obviously with his Dominican Republic teammates, Luke Raley. Let's go, Mr. Hustle. And batting third, in the 6-hole, right fielder, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, baby. Great start. And obviously everything that we expected Kade to do, he delivered and some, especially to get 3 strikeouts, a couple looking and 1 swinging in that first inning. Beautiful job. JP Sears on the mound, the former Athletic and now Padre. And then again, we'll have Randy, birthday boy, here today, leading off in the top of the second inning. Luke Raley on deck, and Dominic Canzone batting third. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. But absolute fantastic start there for Kade Anderson. To be able to get 3 Ks in his, debut in the MLB. You couldn't have asked for a better start. He didn't give up any big home runs, only gave up one hit that if we would have had our regular, shortstop combo with JP Crawford and Naylor at first, I don't even think he would have been able to give that up. But again, you got to give a credit where credit is due when, guys get hits, no matter what the scenario is. But to be able to get 3 punch outs, amazing start. Birthday boy Randy Arosarena in the box. And first pitch from JP Sears, low and away with the sweeper, 77 miles an hour, missing there by Sears, 1-0 count. Sears on the mound, Randy Arosarena, the birthday boy, in the box. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 1-0 pitch, low and at the knees with the changeup, 84 miles an hour there by Sears. 2 balls and no strikes to Randy Arosarena. And hopefully Randy will be patient. Would be great for hit a home run on his birthday, but just to get something in play to keep the inning going would be great. 2-0 pitch, slow dribbler there by Randy. Throw to first by Miranda, and got him, 1 away. Good defense there by the Padres. Job by Miranda and Sheets with that defense on Randy. Next up is Luke Raley. Let's go, Luke. Struggled last year, and hopefully he'll be able to get going a little bit faster than he did last year. Never really got into a rhythm, was injury prone for a good chunk of the season, and then when he came back, just really didn't have it. First pitch fouled off right down the middle. Four-seam fastball, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch to Raley. Big swing and a miss with the sweeper low and away. Got Raley to bite, and that was kind of an issue for him last season as well. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke Raley. Come on, Luke. We know you can hustle. Whether you're playing offense and defense, running to the bags, always showing effort, but your timing needs to be better this season. 0-2 pitch. That one is fouled off towards that third base line. Sweeper, 82 miles an hour by JP Sears, the former Athletic. Top of the second inning, 0-0, Mariners and Padres. Kade Anderson in his first start, obviously in the big leagues, first round pick, number 3 overall in last year's draft, winning the Natty from the LSU Tigers and getting 3 punch outs in his debut in the first inning. Unbelievable. 0-2 pitch, high and away. 1-2 pitch, back, see ya! Luke Raley goes center, 439 feet. Can you believe it? JP Sears and the rest of the Padres look up, and it is gone. There we go, baby. 1-0 Mariners. Way to bring that electricity, Luke Raley. And if anyone needed to get off to a good start in spring training, it definitely is Luke Raley. Great job. Way to bring the electricity with that solo dinger. Let's go. Nice job, Luke. Especially when it's a guy that, struggled last season. This is the time where you want to get going early, and maybe that'll carry over into the regular season. Next up is Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. First pitch from Sears to Canzone. Little slow dribbler towards second base. Throw to first, and that will be 2 away. Let's work the count. Let's see if we can get some of these guys on pitch 4, pitch 5, instead of everyone swinging on the first 2 pitches. Let's go. Larry loves it. Mark loves it. And all the Mariners love it too. Let's go. Next up, filling in for Josh Naylor at first base, even though he is DHing today, Patrick Wisdom. And really, the starting lineup is, about 70% of what it normally would be. Like, obviously, the previous game that we did with the Guardians. Obviously, Wisdom won't be starting. And Ryan Bliss has been injured, all last year. So this will be a good chance to see what Bliss can do, going into 2026 as a role player. Kind of like a Dylan Moore type of guy. Hopefully better production than what we saw from Dylan last year. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes from Sears to Wisdom. Come on, Patrick. I mean, regardless if some of these guys that are playing in spring training, may or may not be getting a lot of playing time or even on the team as we start the year, but you want to root for everyone's success. As long as they're wearing a Mariner uniform, you want them to do well. 0-2 pitch, low and away. Change up missing by inches, 84 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the second. 1-0 Mariner lead with a Luke Raley solo dinger. 1-2 pitch. And going back towards the wall and caught. And that will be out number 3. Patrick Wisdom. See you later. Nice job by Luke Raley getting a solo dinger to get us on the board. 1-0 Mariners. And again, based on what I've seen with Kade, with me, I don't know. Luis Castillo is getting a little old, and Miller is very, up and down, but I trust Miller more than I do Castillo. And at some point or another, with all the injuries that we've had, I don't want Wu or Kirby, Gilbert, Miller, Castillo getting hurt, but there is a chance that, one of those guys may. But if Castillo pitches poorly, at some point you have to assume that Kade will, take a spot from Miller or Castillo. And honestly, I think Kade is better than Castillo right now. Hell, Kade might be better than Miller right now, just based on his skill set. But again, they're not going to rush him. I assume maybe around May or June, he'll end up getting the call up. But again, hopefully the rest of the guys will hold their weight. Let's go to the bottom of the second inning and see who's up next here for the Padres. But Colt Emerson could start day 1. He should be an impact guy. Kade Anderson right there with him. Those will be the 2 biggest impact guys that we have that were, within the farm. And then Brandon Donovan obviously should be the biggest impact guy that we've gotten from another team. I do like what I've seen from Rob Refsnyder. We know he can crush lefties, and he should be a decent role player for us as well. And let's see who Kade has up next. I don't know how many innings he'll go, probably 2 or 3. Next up, catcher in the 6 hole, Freddie Fermin. Batting second baseman, it's the Crone Zone, Jake Cronenworth. And batting third from the Twins, third baseman, Jose Miranda. Let's go, Kade. I mean, especially if Kade pitches 2 or 3 innings and ends up getting 6 Ks in 2 innings or 8 or 9 Ks in 3. And I get it, it's spring training. But again, most of these, teams are usually kind of split squad, and you're going to get about 70% of a starting lineup in most of the games. Some games it'll be maybe 30% if they have their split squad going. But again, this will be a good test for Kade here. First pitch, high and away, 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour, good velocity by Kade Anderson. Number 3 overall pick in the first round from the LSU Tigers, coming off the Natty, and we love him. 1-0 pitch, fouls that one off, high and away, 93 miles an hour with that fastball by Kade Anderson. 1 ball and 1 strike to Freddie Fermin. Let's go, Kade. 1-1 pitch, high and away to Freddie Fermin. 2 balls and 1 strike to Freddie Fermin. And we should see Ryan Sloan get a chance to be able to, help the team out this year as well. 2-1 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle. Beautiful slider there by Kade Anderson. Off speed, 83 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Freddie Fermin. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Change up missing by a few inches there. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Freddie Fermin. 3-2 pitch. And Fermin with a little dribbler in the gap. And that'll be a base knock as it rolls to Dominic Canzone. Nice single by Fermin. Next up, in the 7 hole, second baseman, the Crone Zone, Jake Cronenworth. Let's go, Kade. First pitch, high and away with that slider. 79 miles an hour, off speed, 1-0 count. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Mariner lead with a Luke Raley solo dinger to get us on the board. Kade Anderson making his professional debut. 1-0 pitch, low and away. Slider missing, 86 miles an hour there by Anderson. 2 balls and no strikes to Jake Cronenworth. Settle in, Kade, let's go. I mean, the Butterflies, may still be going, but you already got 3 outs in the first inning. Looking a little shaky here. Let's get it together. 2-0 pitch, little bit outside with that 4-seam fastball. 3 balls and no strikes to Jake Cronenworth. Come on, Kade. 3-0 pitch, takes a strike looking with that 4-seam fastball. Beautiful. 3 balls and 1 strike to Jake Cronenworth. 3-1 pitch, big swing and a miss with the slider. Nasty pitch there by Kade Anderson, 87 miles an hour. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and no outs. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Mariner lead with a Luke Raley solo dinger to center field to give us the early 1-0 lead. 3-2 pitch and a little dribbler out to center field to Luke Raley. And now we have runners at second and third with no outs. Come on, Kade. Jake Cronenworth with a big double to center, fed Mean to third. Let's see if we can leave those runners stranded like he did in the first inning. And it looks like Kade Anderson's day is done, which is a shame. I would like to see him pitch 2-3 innings, but, again, we saw him do really well in that first inning, give up a couple hits in the second, and this won't be the last time that we see Kade Anderson pitch in spring training. Didn't give up any runs. I mean, obviously, if he would have continued this inning, there obviously was a pretty good chance, but he could have got out of it as well. So, all right, we got a pitching change. I think Roth is coming in. All right, Houston Roth coming in. Bottom of the second inning, runners at second and third and no outs, 1-0 Mariner lead. Obviously, fantastic first inning for Kade Anderson. Gave up a couple hits there in the second and decided that's enough, at least for his first start. And definitely excited to be able to see his progression, not only in spring training, but when he gets the call up into the regular season. In the box is Jose Miranda. On deck, in left field, Nick Solak. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. And we got WWE Elimination Chamber on in a few hours as well, so it should be a pretty fun day overall. First pitch. There by Roth. Low and inside with a cutter, 83 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Houston Roth on the mound for the M's. Jose Miranda in the box for the Padres. 1-0 pitch. Inside with a 4-seam fastball, 90 miles an hour, 2 balls and no strikes to Jose Miranda. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. A little bit of a check swing as well with that cutter by Roth. 2 balls and 1 strike with runners at second and third and no outs. 1-0 Mariner lead with a Luke Raley solo dinger. Fedmeen at third, Cronzone at second. 2-1 pitch, and a slow dribbler towards third base, foul with that sweeper, 82 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jose Miranda. Two-two pitch. Outside, low and away with that sweeper, 81 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Roth to Miranda. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Mariner lead with a Luke Raley solo blast in the first. 3-2 pitch, and that one is fouled off towards that first base line. Sweeper, 82 miles an hour. Roth on the mound, Jose Miranda in the box. Three-two pitch. And it's in foul territory and caught. There we go. Big first out there for the M's. Nice job there by Patrick Wisdom. Miranda flies out in foul territory, 1 away, and we still got runners at second and third and 1 out. And hopefully we can keep them there. Next up is left fielder, former Pirate, in the 9-hole, Nick Solak. First pitch from Houston Roth. Takes a strike looking in the zone. 4-seam fastball, 90 miles an hour by Roth. 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch. All the way back to the wall. Solak, big double. And that's going to bring in both runners at second and now at third. 2-1 Padre lead. And again, we're going to have to get the bats going if we're going to win this game here today. Cronenworth scored. Fedmeen scored. 2-1 Padres. Now, would the same thing have happened if Kade Anderson was still in? We don't know. It's possible, but he might have been able to get that out as well. Next up for the Padres, back off, leadoff hitter, 0 for 1 K, shortstop Xander Bogaerts. All right, it's 1-1, and it looks like they're going to bring that runner back. So we still have runners now at second and third. 1-1 Mariners and Padres. I'll take that. Based off it being a ground rule double. Pitch is high and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Xander Bogaerts. When the initial hit, happened, it looked like it was going to be a home run, but I'll take that. But again, Houston Roth struggling a little bit here. 2-0 pitch. High and inside, almost hits Bogaerts. 3 balls and no strikes from Roth to Bogaerts. Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 Mariners and Padres with runners at second and third and 1 out. We need a double play bad. Let's go. .30 pitch, takes a strike looking inside. Probably should have been ball 4. 4-seam fastball, 90 miles an hour. 3 balls and 1 strike from Roth to Bogaerts. Come on, Houston. Come on. Get it done, Houston Roth. 3-1 pitch. And a line drive. And pass Randy Arosarena. Randy's still down on his birthday. Get up. And that's going to bring in 2 runs there. Bogaerts doubled to left. Cronenworth and Solak scoring. 3-1 Padre lead. Beautiful hit there for Bogaerts. Next up is center fielder Jackson Merrill. And Randy, your defense needs to be better. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come during the regular season. We know that effort wasn't always there in left field by Randy Arosarena, and that was one of the weaknesses for sure. First pitch to Jackson Merrill. Back. See ya! And Jackson Merrill goes yard 391 feet with Bogarts on board, 2-run jack, and just like that, 5-1 Padres lead. My goodness. Shows you, if you bring in a pitcher that isn't qualified, against guys that are normally in the starting lineup, they will make you pay. And they apparently did without wasting very much time after Kade ended up going out. Bottom of the second inning, 5-1 Padre lead. Come on. Next up, the former Philly right fielder, Nick Castellanos. First pitch, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. After Kade left, it was 1-0, but again, it shows you how, things can change, especially when you get an unqualified pitcher out there. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Nick Castellanos, the former Philly. Two-0 pitch. Low and away. 3 balls and no strikes to Nick Castellanos. Come on, Ems. Three-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking right down the middle with a four-seam fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. 5-1 Padre lead, taking advantage of Houston Roth's inability to get outs here. 3-1 pitch. Line drive into left field. And Randy Arosarena is there, and he makes the catch. Thank God. 2 away. Nice job, Randy. Nice there defense in left field by Randy Arosarena. Next up, in the 4-hole, DHing Miguel Andujar. First pitch to Andujar. Low and at the knees, 1-0 count. Low and outside, even though it's in the zone. Could have been 2 strikes here for Roth, but both in the zone, but both called ball for some reason. Where's the ABS when you need it? Little slow dribbler here up the middle. Bliss to first. And they say it's not in time. Damn. We were hoping that Bliss had enough arm strength there to wisdom at first. And Andujar reached on an infield single. Let's take a look at the replay. How close are we? Ooh, that's close. Next up for the Padres, first baseman Gavin Sheets. First pitch from Roth to Sheets, high and away, 1-0 count. Bottom of the second inning, 5-1 Padre lead with a runner at first and 2 outs. Houston Roth on the mound for the M's, Gavin Sheets in the box for San Diego. 1-0 pitch, high and inside, should have been called a strike, but is called ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Gavin Sheets. Two-0 pitch, high and away. Four-seam fastball missing the strike zone by a few inches there. 3 balls and no strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. 3-0 pitch, another pitch that could be in the strike zone. And for whatever reason, we're not getting any calls here. And that's going to be ball 4, even though 2 are in the strike zone. I mean, hell, we could have challenged quite a few of those. And we're going to challenge that last pitch. Next up is catcher Freddie Fedmin. All right, we're going to have another pitching change. Kade Anderson did great. Houston Roth, terrible. All right, Peyton Alford coming in. All right, new pitcher Peyton Alford coming in for the Mariners. As you can see here with the Everett Aqua Sox, one of the farm teams for the Seattle Mariners. Top of the second inning, Luke Raley ended up homering to center field, 439 feet, making it 1-0 M's. But it's been all San Diego in the second inning. Solak doubled to left. Ferdinand ended up scoring, making it 1-1. Bogarts doubled to left. Cronenworth and Solak scored, making it 3-1. And then Merrill homering to left center with Bogarts on board, making it 5-1. Padres here in the second inning. Couple warm-up pitches here for Peyton Alford. Can't be any worse than Houston Roth. At least we hope that he can get some outs here. First pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle. That's a better start. Slider, 0-1 count. Come on, Alford. Houston Roth, fucking terrible. Kade Anderson, magnificent. And hopefully Alford will get us out of this jam so that way we can at least be somewhat competitive the rest of the way. 0-1 pitch, fouled off behind the plate. Four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. Good velocity there by Peyton Alford. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 outs. 5-1 Padre lead. And Duhar looking to steal, but retreats back to second base as Alford steps off the mound. 0-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Good save there by the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 1 ball and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 outs. 5-1 Padre lead. Try to up. Let's go M's. We got to rally. Even in spring training games, you want to be able to see guys not quit. And a ground ball there. Force out at second, and that will be out number 3. There we go. Good defense there by Ryan Bliss and the Mariners. And we'll take that. End of the second inning, 5-1 Padre lead. Let's go to the top of the third inning and see who's up next here for the Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners in the 8-hole, coming back from that injury, second baseman Ryan Bliss. Batting second in the 9-hole, shortstop Colt Emerson. And batting third, our new leadoff hitter from the Cardinals in that big trade. Ended up winning Rookie of the Year a few years ago with Julio in the National League and was an All-Star last year. Should be a great, leadoff hitter. Not to say that Randy and Robles and JP couldn't do the job, but this guy will fit that role much better. Third baseman Brendan Donovan, especially when you're going to have Cal, Julio, Naylor, and Randy on after him. That'll be a good opportunity to be able to get hits and home runs and bring him home. Dino in the building. What's good? Let's go to the top of the third inning. 5-1 Padre lead. We still got JP Sears out there for the Padres. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 K. And we've already gone through Kade Anderson, Houston Roth, and Peyton Alford. So we'll see who else ends up getting an opportunity. And hopefully the Pats will be able to come alive here for Ryan Bliss, Colt Emerson, and Brendan Donovan. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Top of the third inning, 5-1 Padre lead. What's good, brother? All right, JP Sears on the mound, Ryan Bliss in the box. And Bliss had that season-ending injury last year at the beginning of the year, kind of when Robles got hurt, so this will be the first time that we've seen Bliss in action in quite a few months, so we'll see how this goes. First pitch, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. 4-seam fastball missing there by Sears. 1-0 pitch, and Bliss gets a little bit of that one, and as it goes out of play into the stands, 1 ball and 1 strike from Sears to Bliss. One pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Sears to Bliss. Top of the third inning, nobody on with no outs. 5-1 Padre lead. And obviously Kade Anderson making his debut looked phenomenal. Ended up getting 3 punch outs in the first inning. Gave up a couple hits, and then they decided to pull him. And then obviously Houston Roth was terrible and gave up the 5 runs there in the second inning. And it would have been nice to see Kade go a little bit longer, but we'll get another chance to see Kade Anderson in spring training, before the season starts. 3-1 pitch, and that one's fouled off behind the plate. 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour by JP Sears for the Padres. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Three-two pitch. Good eye by Ryan Bliss. And that's a walk. There we go, Ryan. And Bliss goes to first. Next up, the biggest name as far as prospects for the Mariners, not named Kade Anderson, will be this guy right here, Colt Emerson. Better than Cole Young, better than Ben Williamson, a guy that can play second, short, or third, kind of similar to Brendan Donovan, and again, could be in the starting lineup day 1 when we play the Guardians. I mean, he's that good. And obviously, if we had an injury to our starting 5, Kade Anderson could be starting, pretty close to, opening day, but we'll probably have to wait till about May or June for Kade Anderson to get the call up. But with Colt Emerson, he could be starting day 1. I mean, we do have a little bit of an opening, at some spots, with third base, and, we'll have a couple guys rotating at DH, but we'll see how it goes. First pitch from Sears to Emerson, takes a strike looking inside, 0-1 count. Yeah, Hornets have been playing some fantastic basketball, and Con Knappel might end up getting Rookie of the Year, over Cooper Flagg, which would be, huge, obviously for Hornets fans and for Knappel fans overall. Pitch fouled off, out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to Colt Emerson, especially when you end up breaking, the 3-point record as a rookie. That's always a big thing, so. Duke definitely had a nice dynamic duo with Flagg and Knappel last year. Probably should have won the championship. Oh, 0-2 pitch. And Emerson with a little chopper. They go for the double play, throw to first, and got him. Big double play there by the Padres. They're second for the game. Unfortunate when that happens to your favorite team, when you're trying to do it to them. 2 away. Next up, third baseman, Brendan Donovan. Let's go, Donnie. And this will definitely be our new leadoff hitter moving forward. And again, I thought Robles did a pretty good job until he got hurt last year. And then they experimented with JP and Randy. And I just, JP used to be our leadoff hitter, but we need someone that is more consistent, to get on base. And this might be the best first baseman we've had since Ichiro. And that's saying something. 0-1 pitch. And Donovan hits it into the gap. There we go, baby. Nice single to right by Brendan Donovan. And again, he's got power. He can hit home runs. He can hit singles, doubles, triples. And he's a great defender. One of the best signings that we've had in quite some time. Nice job there by Donnie. I see you, baby. Great hit. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Let's bring that electricity in one swing. It can be 5-3. Let's go. Come on, Cal. First pitch, low and away. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour by Sears. 1-0 count. Let's go, big dumper. Let's go, baby. One-0 pitch from JP Sears to Cal Raleigh. Fouls that one off towards that third base line and foul. 1 ball and 1 strike from Sears to Raleigh. Top of the third inning, 5-1 Padre lead with a runner at first, Brendan Donovan with 2 outs. One pitch, driven into right field. And back to the warning track and caught. And that is going to be the end of the third inning. Good defense there by San Diego. We could have had a little bit more lift. That could have possibly been something big. But let's go to the bottom of the third inning. And we'll see who's up next here for the Padres. Next up for the Padres in the 7-hole, second baseman Jake Cronenworth. Batting second, third baseman in the 8-hole, 0 for 1, Jose Miranda, the former Twin. And batting third, 1 for 1 with a run and an RBI. In the 9-hole, left fielder, former Pittsburgh Pirate Nick Solak. Go grab a water here real quick. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. And they got Emerson Hancock coming out. We'll see what he can do here. All right, Peyton Alford's day is done, and they're going to bring in fill-in starter and part-time bullpen representative Emerson Hancock. Obviously, we know, with Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock, they were trying to keep us afloat when we had those injuries, with Logan Gilbert, and obviously with George Kirby missing the first couple months of the season, and then we ended up seeing Miller and Wu end up getting hurt also. So 4 out of the 5 starters besides Castillo, but we'll see what we can get out of Emerson Hancock here coming in. Let's go, Emerson. First pitch, high and away and outside, 1-0 count. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. Hancock on the mound, Cronenworth in the box. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking with the changeup, 87 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jake Cronenworth. Come on, Ems. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 5-1 San Diego lead. And if it wasn't for Houston Roth, the game would probably still be like around 1-1 or 2-1, but it is what it is. It's spring training. 1-2 pitch. Popped up into right field. Dominic Canzone chasing. And Canzone with the catch. It was a little bit out of frame where the video cameras were, but he does catch the ball right there in the corner of right field. Beautiful defense there by Dominic Canzone. Nice job, Dom. Great defense, baby. Next up is Jose Miranda. First pitch to Miranda from Hancock. High and away with a sweeper, missing badly. 1-0 count. Come on, Hancock. Let's go. Let's go, M. 1-0 pitch. Popped up. Dominic Canzone in right field. And there we go. He's a busy man here this inning. 2 away. Good defense there by Dom. Next up, in the 9-hole, left fielder Nick Solak. First pitch right down the middle with some 4-seam fastball heat, 96 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Solak. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 5-1 Padre lead. Oh, 2 pitch, fouled off, and it ends up going towards first base, out of play. Nice souvenir for that fan out there in right field / first base. Oh, 2 pitch. And a wild one there by Emerson Hancock. Doesn't even get close to Cal Raleigh. Sweeper, 76 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Hancock to Solak. Come on, M. Settle in. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is inside with the changeup, 87 miles an hour there by M. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 5-1 San Diego lead. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. And Cal takes off his mask. In foul territory. Chases it down all the way to the Padres bench area, and he catches it. Nice job. Nice job by the all-star big dumper, Cal Raleigh. That'll be the end of the 3rd inning. Let's see who's up next for the Mariners. Good defense there by Cal Raleigh. I see you. Next up for the Mariners here in the top of the 4th. 0 for 1, DHing today, Josh Naylor. Let's go Nails. Batting second, 0 for 1 in the 4-hole. Fielder Randy Arosarena. Happy birthday, Randy. And batting third, 1 for 1 in the run and an RBI. Center fielder filling in for Julio today, Luke Raley, who's got a solo dinger in the first inning to give us that early 1-0 lead. Go to the top of the fourth inning, 5-1 Padre lead. Ooh, Cal Raleigh, 60 home run bobblehead night. May not be able to go to that game, but I'm definitely going to try to be able to get a bobblehead or two this season. Got a few substitutions for the Padres, at least defensively here. They got Estrada coming in here for Sears. All right, Jeremiah Estrada coming in. And Josh Naylor in the box. First pitch, and Naylor with a slow dribbler. A little flip to first, and that is one away. Let's go, Naylor. Work the count, baby. Next up is left fielder Randy Arozarena. Randy in the box and Jeremiah Estrada on the mound. First pitch from Estrada to Arozarena, high and inside with a four-seam fastball. 95 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Top of the fourth inning, 5-1 Padre lead. One-0 pitch, high and away. Four-seam fastball missing by a few inches there by Estrada. 2 balls and no strikes to Randy Arozarena. Has the F1 season already started yet? Have you been, getting a chance to watch any racing? I've watched the, obviously, first few races of the NASCAR Cup Series. We got Kade tomorrow. Looking forward to that. And we got, WWE Elimination Chamber on in a couple hours. So it should be a pretty fun weekend. Takes a strike looking there with that slider in the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. 2-1 pitch. Splitter inside, getting the strike call there for Estrada. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Come on, Randy. It's your birthday today. Let's go. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And down goes Arozarena on his birthday. Nice punch out there by Estrada, and that is 2 away. It's okay, Randy. Next up, 1-for-1 with a run, RBI, and a solo dinger in the first to get us the lead, 1-0, Luke Raley. Let's go, Luke. Grand Prix next weekend. Nice. Obviously, we've already had, the Clash at Bowman Gray, the Daytona 500 in Atlanta, 3 fun races, all a little bit different. Obviously, Atlanta and Daytona kind of similar with that type of track style. And with Kade, it's going to, be a race that you assume SVG will more than likely win. But again, I will be watching Kade tomorrow. Circuit of the Americas. 1-0 pitch to Rayleigh. Big swing and a miss with that splitter by Estrada. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Estrada on the mound, Rayleigh in the box, 5-1 Padre lead. And if we didn't have to bring in such a shitty backup in Houston Roth in the 2nd inning, I don't think we would be down by this much, but it is spring training. Got to let some of those kind of oddball names get a chance to get in there. 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle by Estrada. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luke Rayleigh. Come on, Luke. 1-2 pitch from Estrada. Big swing and a miss, and down goes Luke Rayleigh. And that is going to be the end of the Mariners in the top of the 4th inning. Nice job there by Jeremiah Estrada coming in for JP Sears. Obviously, pitching has been a little bit better for San Diego than it has been for Seattle. And let's see what we have here for the Padres in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next up for the Padres, 1 for 2 with a run, 2 RBIs and a K. Leadoff hitter, shortstop Xander Bogaerts. Batting second would have been Jackson Merrill, but they're going to bring in Rodriguez. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a base on ball, former Philly right fielder Nick Castellanos. Anderson, Roth, Alford, and Hancock for the Mariners. Sears and Estrada, for the Padres. And hopefully we'll be able to get on a little bit of a run before this one is over. Let's see if Emerson can continue to pitch halfway decent here. Leading off this inning in the bottom of the 4th, Xander Bogaerts. First pitch, high and away with a slider, 86 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Bogaerts. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. 1 ball and 1 strike to Xander Bogaerts. One pitch, low and at the knees, changeup missing, 87 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. 2 balls and 1 strike to Xander Bogaerts. 2-1 pitch, and fouled to Cal Raleigh. Two count here. Come on, Emerson. 2-2 pitch. There we go. Strike 3 looking. There we go. Nice job by Emerson Hancock with a punch out. believe Carlos D. Rodriguez is up next, filling in for Jackson Merrill. First pitch to Rodriguez, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. Bottom of the fourth inning, 5-1, Padres lead with nobody on and one out. Emerson Hancock on the mound, Carlos Rodriguez in the box. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Hancock. No balls and 2 strikes to Rodriguez. Oh-2 pitch. And another strike 3 looking. Let's go. Down goes Rodriguez. Nice job there by Emerson Hancock. Back-to-back punch-outs. Padres will challenge, and we'll see if this will end up getting challenged or not. Top corner, and challenge is failed by the Padres. Call confirmed. Strikeout number 2 this inning for Emerson Hancock. Next up, in the 3-hole, 0 for 1 with a base on ball, former Philadelphia Philly right fielder Nick Castellanos. Let's go Emerson. First pitch, big swing and a miss by Castellanos right down the middle with the slider, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, high and away. Should have been probably strike 2, but gets called ball. And they will challenge, and I assume they're going to win this. Mariners challenge, and there we go. It gets changed to a strike. There we go. And again, the ABS is going to be great. It's not going to slow down the game too much, and it definitely will keep the umps honest. And, even though we don't have, Hernandez, wreaking havoc, as one of the, worst umps of all time, there's still a few other guys that are kind of living in his footsteps still. So no balls and 2 strikes to Nick Castellanos. Bottom of the 4th inning with nobody on and 2 outs. One more punch out here. Pitch is low and away with the changeup. 87 miles an hour, missing badly by Emerson Hancock. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nick Castellanos. One-two pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs to Nick Castellanos. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Changeup missing by a few inches there. 89 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, 5-1. San Diego lead. Kade did great in the first inning. He got 3 punch outs, gave up a couple hits in the second, and then they decided to pull him. We brought in a terrible bullpen option, and Roth. And Roth gave up all the runs. And then obviously we've had Alford and Hancock since then that have been good. But again, if we would have had even Hancock pitching, after if we would have had Emerson Hancock come in after Kade, maybe the game is 1-1 or 2-1 at this moment. But it shows, in spring training and in the regular season, if you do end up having a jobber, coming in and they're going against, some of the starters on the other team, sometimes they're going to rip you apart. And that's what happened. Luke Raley did give us the first run of the game, a solo shot to center field, which was awesome because we know that Luke Raley was injured on and off, and his timing was pretty much off the whole year. So to see a guy like Luke be able to get that homer to center, 439 feet, which was a good start with Kade Anderson getting those 3 punch outs in the first inning. But again, I honestly, even though I know Kade is extremely young, and we probably will have to wait until May or June for him to get called up, but I think that I would rather have him than Castillo, even at this early point of the, I know they're not going to do that, but I don't have a whole lot of faith. I watched the game last night, Castillo giving up a 3-run jack, early. And, I feel that his numbers are going to decline. And, we can't really predict injuries. Hopefully nothing for Wu, nothing for Gilbert, nothing for Kirby, and hopefully nothing for Miller or Castillo. But, again, at some point, you have to assume if it's not an injury, or if it is, at some point, Miller as well as Castillo, their jobs will be threatened. And obviously we got guys like Ryan Sloan in the farm that will get a chance to either be in the pen, or a starter if guys get hurt. We know Logan Evans is out for the year. And again, we don't really know what Emerson Hancock will be able to do. He'll be the first guy to come in if there is an injury, to one of the starting 5. But, Colt Emerson could start, pretty soon. And I assume with Kade, it'll be probably about May or June. So. Yeah, Roth was absolutely terrible. 4 hits, 3 earned runs. His ERA is 40. So that shows how things are going. But Kade was magnificent, to be able to get 3 punch outs in the first inning. Really good velocity, probably had some butterflies, but, definitely looked, like he could be a guy that could be in our starting rotation sooner than later. First pitch from Miller to Dominic Canzone. Outside, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking in the zone with that slider. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. Dom has made a couple nice grabs in right field today. One pitch. Check swing, high and away. 100-mile-an-hour pitch there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Miller on the mound for the Padres. Canzone in the box for the Mariners. 1-2 pitch. High and away. Bounces out of the glove of the catcher, Fedmin. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Two pitch. And that is strike 3 looking on Dominic Canzone. Down goes Canzone on strike 3 looking. Riz in the booth for his last year. Love him. Got to win it for him. Next up is Patrick Wisdom. They got Jerry DePoto obviously in the booth with Riz. First pitch, big swing and a miss by Patrick Wisdom, 0-1 count. Yeah, MLB app. Sometimes they're going to be on the MLB network, but it's free. So if you open up the MLB app, you download it, on your iPhone or your Android, it's free. And then you just go to the bottom tab that says watch, click on the Mariners, and then they have a schedule. And pretty much every Mariner game that's televised the rest of the way, I'm going to do. But they, about half of the games are televised. And again, it'll, give you that information. I can send you a little screenshot of the games that will be televised as well. So, yeah, Donovan looks great. He's going to be our leadoff hitter. There's no doubt about that. They're not going to put Randy there or Robles there. JP has got a minor injury. He used to be the guy, but I think 100% we're going to get Brendan Donovan as a leadoff hitter. And that's the right choice. A guy that's a good defender, a good singles hitter that has power. And then he gets on base. That'll help Cal, Julio, Naylor, and Randy to knock him in. And I think that's something that we've been missing. Some really dominant piece as a leadoff hitter. And I think Brendan Donovan could end up being the best leadoff hitters that we've had since Ichiro. And we know that JP was good at one point and Robles was doing pretty good for a while before he got hurt. I didn't really think Randy was that great as a leadoff hitter, but you have to kind of put somebody there, for the time being, and you don't want Julio to be a leadoff. So, but I think Donovan is going to be a perfect fit for this team. He's been looking very good in spring, and I've pretty much watched every game that's been televised so far. So I've been able to get a good, up close and personal view of a lot of these guys. New acquisitions with Ref Snyder and Donovan. and some of these younger guys like Kade and others. And down he goes, and that is 2 away. Down goes Patrick Wisdom. Next up is Ryan Bliss. Welcome back to the team. Had season-ending injury early in the year, like Victor Robles, and we'll see if Bliss will be able to have a Dylan Moore type of effect, kind of being a rotational guy like Ref Snyder. And again, anybody that can come in and help, the team win, that's what we want. First pitch from Miller to Bliss, takes a strike looking high and inside, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, gets away from Fedmin and goes behind the catcher into the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. 5-1 Padre lead. And I know it's going to be tough to be able to come back and win, but you just want us to, be able to put up a few more hits and a few more runs. But we'll see if we can get into a rhythm at some point with some of these guys. Get some Uncle Mo and momentum going. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss by Bliss. High and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. 5-1 San Diego lead. But, it should be Brendan Donovan, Donnie lead off, Cal at 2, Julio at 3, Naylor at 4, Randy at 5, and then you can figure out anybody 6, 7, 8, 9. Whether it ends up being Cole Young or Colt Emerson or Robles or JP or any of the other guys that are role players that you're, funneling in. Ref Snyder one day, Leo Rivas another day, however you want to do it. But again, it's going to be a very strong lineup, 1 through 9. 2-2 pitch, and Bliss pops it up. And Ferdinand takes off his mask, and it goes out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with nobody on. Mariners down by 4. Luke Raley with a solo dinger in the first to give us the 1-0 lead. And Kade Anderson with 3 punch outs in the first, looking fantastic. Everything that we wished for and more. And I can't wait to be able to see Colt Emerson and Kade Anderson helping us win, because I feel like those will be the guys that will have the biggest impact as far as farm guys besides Ryan Sloan, who could help us at some point, as that is popped up by Bliss into right field. And Cronenworth is there, and that is out number 3. But obviously with new additions, with Brendan Donovan and Rob Ref Snyder, those should be some key pieces for us as well. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th inning and see who's up next here for San Diego. Ooh, they're courtside. Nice. Next up for the Padres, 1 for 2 with a K, DHing Miguel Andújar. Batting second would have been Gavin Sheets, but they're going to bring Sanabria in. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run, catcher Freddie Fedmin. Romeo Sanabria coming in. See if I can find anything that is somewhat a decent photo of him. But once you start getting some of these, farm guys, sometimes it's a little hit or miss. But Kemp and Peyton courtside, huh? Awesome. Yeah. Well, there would be no, reason that Donovan Solano would be leading off for any team. But, again, it'll be interesting to see how some of the farm guys do, some of the new acquisitions that are going to do. And, we lost Gino and we lost Polo, and we're going to miss both of those guys. There's no doubt about that. But, again, I like the way that the team is, being shaped. And, again, we could end up having some guys that could really make a big impact, not only early in the year, in the middle, and towards the end. And really excited to be able to see Kade Anderson and Colt Emerson, as well as Brendan Donovan, Rob Ref Snyder, and many, many others, including the guys that we assume that could be in the running for the MVP, like Cal and Julio as well. And obviously re-signing Naylor was, the number 1 priority, and we did it. So Hancock is still out there, so we're still going to have a chance to hopefully, make a little bit of a run. First pitch takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Miguel Andujar. 1-1 pitch, fouled off into right field by Miguel Andujar. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Bottom of the 5th inning, 5-1 Padre lead. Yeah, I don't think 25 or 30 home runs. I think, I mean, obviously there wasn't a whole lot of, stuff that was documented in the injury report, but obviously any of those minor injuries that he had, it just felt like he didn't really have any really good rhythm. And I don't think he can be a 25 or 30 home run guy. I think more realistic would be like 15 to 20, and I don't really know how often Rayleigh is going to play. Is he going to be playing every day, or is he going to be playing, every other day? So it really will depend on how many at-bats he gets and, where they decide to put him. Is he the DH or are we going to put someone else there? So. And there is 1 away. Next pitch is to Romeo Sanabria. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Romeo Sanabria. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you went to a hitter's ballpark and he stayed healthy for 162 games on a hitter-friendly ballpark, then maybe he could hit 25 to 30 if he played every day on like a bad team. But on this particular team, I don't think there's any chance of, hitting numbers like that. I mean, hell, Julio is kind of hitting numbers like that, and we know Julio is a hell of a lot better a hitter than Rayleigh. So, I think best case scenario for Luke Rayleigh would be maybe 20 to 25 at the max, but that's if he plays often. And if he doesn't play often, then probably, 15 to 20, somewhere in there. Pitch fouled off there by Sanabria. Bottom of the 5th, 5-1, Padre lead. Two-two pitch, and Sanabria with a slow dribbler. And Connor Joe taps on the bag, and that is 2 away. Good defense there by Connor Joe. Next up, catcher in the 6 hole, Freddie Fermin. And they got Dan Wilson coming out, so I think Emerson Hancock, his day is done. And again, if we would have had Hancock come in the 2nd inning, maybe the game would still be tied instead of us being down by 4. But, it is spring training. Oh, it's all good. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's not like, we copyright and own certain, catchphrases and nicknames, but again, you definitely know where people are the originators of making something up, and it kind of spreads like wildfire if it's catchy and it works. And then you'll start to see, big personalities, other teams, decide to use that and whatnot. So, but Kade Anderson from your, LSU Tigers coming off that natty, everything that we dreamed for and some, ended up getting 3 punch outs in the 1st inning, gave up a couple hits in the 2nd, and they pulled him, and we will see him again in spring training. But again, he will be the starter for us at some point. And again, at some point, he might even be better than Castillo today, but again, we're going to have to probably wait till May or June. Hopefully it's not because of an injury, but that might be the most likely scenario for him to get in. And again, we'll probably get a chance to see a little bit of Ryan Sloan at some point as well. But again, I think he's going to be a fan favorite. We haven't had a starter lefty in a long time. And I'm definitely excited to be able to see his progression and his growth, as well as Colt Emerson, either playing 2nd, short, or 3rd as well. All right, we're bringing in Cleveland for our next pitcher here. All right, Tyler Cleveland coming in. First pitch takes a strike looking. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch takes another strike looking. Kind of a nasty delivery there. 0-2 pitch, sidearm, and Connor Joe is there, and that is out number 3. Interesting kind of delivery there for Tyler Cleveland. It would have been nice if we would have had him come in the second inning instead of Roth, but great job there. End of the 5th inning, 5-1 Padre lead. It's always nice to be able to see, some of these guys in their, farm system gear if they don't have a lot of photos, whether it's the Everett Aqua Sox or someone else. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Mariners in the top of the 6th inning. One of my favorite prospects besides Kade Anderson, shortstop in the 9-hole, Colt Emerson, who's had a good spring. Batting second, 2 for 2. Going to be the X factor for us this year, third baseman Brendan Donovan. Donnie, I love you. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K, the best catcher in the game, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. And hopefully we'll be able to get a few hits and a few runs in these last few innings. Yeah, you did, obviously being an LSU fan, and, I'm just happy the first 2 picks passed on him. He definitely could have been the first pick in the draft. Obviously with the Nats, they were looking for a positional player, and then the Angels decided to go for a different pitcher, which I think that they will regret. And again, I'm super excited, to be able to have a dominant lefty. He's going to be a fan favorite. And again, our farm system is still, very, very good. We got 4 guys in the top 45. And 8 or 9 in the top 100, and it continues to be like that. And some guys are going to get traded away, like Ben Williamson and Harry Ford, and I wish them the best. But there are going to be a few like Cole Young, Colt Emerson, and Kade Anderson that will be on the team and starting at some point. We just got to be able to be patient for when that day comes. Top of the 6th inning, 5-1 Padre lead, and I will be doing every Mariner spring training televised game in March. World Baseball Classic games for Team USA. And then if I have a chance, maybe even some Dominican Republic games, because they have an all-star team led by Julio Rodriguez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Juan Soto, and many, many others. It definitely feels like that will be the championship for the World Baseball Classic unless they match up prior to the championship. But if you're looking at talent level, the Dominican Republic and Team USA by far have way more talent than any of the other countries. So we will see. And Dominican Republic could, beat Team USA. They're good enough, with the roster that they have. Pretty much every, all-star stud, that's from the Dominican Republic is playing. They're not turning that opportunity down. So first pitch from Jacob to Colt Emerson inside, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, inside with a 4-seam fastball, 2 balls and no strikes to Colt Emerson. Yeah, Bliss is going to be a rotational guy, kind of like a Dylan Moore. He's not going to play a lot, but again, him, Leo Rivas, Rob Refsnyder going against lefties. There's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be playing every other day or every third day. But again, if we can find out a good lineup against righties or lefties and just kind of play to our strengths, it should make some of these other role players, a little bit better, as far as their skill set in the first couple months. 2-2 pitch, fouled off, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Colt Emerson. Yeah, Donovan obviously won Rookie of the Year back when Julio got it for the American League, was an all-star last year, and he's the perfect fit for our team. So that way we don't have to have J.P. Crawford, we don't have to have Randy Arozarena or Victor Robles, who I wouldn't have minded at leadoff hitter again. But again, it really hasn't been the same since his injury. And we got someone that can play defense, offense, and multiple positions, shortstop, second, or third. It's a match made in heaven. And I'm really excited about it. Since we obviously weren't able to keep Gino and Polo, we bring in a great player like Donovan. And popped up, and that is 1 away. And Emerson pops up to center field, 1 away. Next up, 2 for 2, third baseman Brendan Donovan. And in most games that he's played, he's been able to get a hitter or two. It's pretty rare for him to go, 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 in the games that he's played so far. So definitely finding his place as a leadoff hitter. And he can hit home runs, and he can hit singles, doubles, triples, and he's the perfect leadoff hitter. Honestly, I think he's going to be the best leadoff hitter we've had since Ichiro. I don't think he'll be Ichiro, but I think that, he'll be a guy that'll get on base often for Cal and Julio and Naylor and Randy to knock him in, and that'll produce more early runs for us, and that has been an issue, especially with JP, Victor, and Randy not being as reliable as the leadoff hitter position should be. 1-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking right down the middle. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brendan Donovan. 1-2 pitch. Popped up into center field and should be an easy out here for San Diego. And that is 2 away. Yeah, he's been absolutely fantastic and already a fan favorite. A very cool guy, in the dugout. He's already making a lot of relationships and friends. And again, it's going to be the difference, I think, for us this year, actually having a competent leadoff hitter that can play defense. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, 0 for 2 with a K. Let's go, Cal. Try dance up. First pitch, fouled it off, high and away, 0-1 count. And sometimes there's just certain guys that are a perfect fit for your favorite team. And again, I don't think I've seen too many guys that have been a seamless fit like Brendan Donovan. And again, it's going to be very exciting to see what he does. Obviously, what Josh Naylor does for us the next 5 years. And obviously, Julio and Cal should be top 7 in the MVP again. And I'm really excited to see the development and growth. And hopefully, Julio will finally have a good first half of the season. 0-1 pitch, outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 1-1 pitch, lined out to second, and that is out number 3. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Padres with a 4-run lead. Yeah, Gino won't be on the Raiders, though, or if he is, he won't be starting because they're going to obviously draft, Francisco Mendoza, number 1 overall, more than likely. And obviously, we'll see what happens with the running back situation with Kubiak and whatnot. But again, they still need a lot of room on the defense to fill besides Max Crosby, who may not even be on the team, in the next few months, which would be a shame for them. And obviously need O-line, and you got Brock Bowers and you got Ashton Genty. If you draft Mendoza, and we'll see what they do, with some of these other free agent running backs and whatnot, and we'll see where it goes. But still a long ways away from being kind of competitive in that AFC West, with the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Broncos. But we will see. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning and see who San Diego has up next. Looks like they have Castanon, Miranda, and Solak. All right, so Marcos Castanon filling in for the Crone Zone, Jake Cronenworth. 0 for 2 in the 8-hole, third baseman Jose Miranda, the former Twin. And batting third in the 9-hole, the former Pirate. 1 for 2 with a run in an RBI, left fielder Nick Solak. Obviously, in spring training, sometimes you have jobber pitchers that come in that normally wouldn't be playing for us in the regular season, and that's kind of what happened. Luke Raley hit a solo dinger. Kade Anderson made his debut and had 3 punch-outs in the first inning, and that was awesome. But then after they decided to pull Kade in the second, that's where it kind of went downhill. We brought in Roth,
this jobber, and he gave up, pretty much 5 runs, and we haven't been able to really do anything since then. But Hancock and a few of the others have looked okay, not really giving up a whole lot, since Roth put us in that hole. But we're still kind of waiting, for some of the other hitters to, do their job, right? But, again, you're not going to win every spring training game, but I've watched every televised spring training game, and we look great. We're actually one of the best hitting teams in spring training. I think coming into the game, we were batting as a team like 316, which is amazing for spring training as a team number, but pitching has not been good. Obviously you have the starters only going usually 2 to 3 innings, maybe 4 at the most, and then you bring in a bunch of jobber pitchers, and then the ERA goes through the roof. And obviously our ERA for pitchers has not been good, but it's not good for any team in baseball in spring training. Again, when you have a bunch of rando jobbers coming in, that ERA is going to skyrocket after one guy fucks up in an inning. So just like Roth did for us today. But overall, we look very impressive. And if you have looked on MLB.com, they have the Dodgers, the Blue Jays, and the Mariners as the top 3. So again, we were the last 3 teams left last year. We are the 3 teams that are probably the most excited going into this year based on how we finished the year. Mariners, Blue Jays, and Dodgers. Dodgers are trying to three-peat, and the Blue Jays and Mariners are trying to knock them off and go to the World Series and win it. So, we'll see where it goes. But I like what we've seen, so far in spring training. Obviously, I would love for us to be ahead right now. But again, I will be doing every televised game in March the rest of the way, as well as Team USA, Dominican Republic for World Baseball Classic, and then March 26th. That will be the first game of the season against the Cleveland Guardians at T-Mobile in Seattle. Can't wait for that. 3-2 pitch. And Dobnak. Big swing and a miss from Castanon, and down goes Marcos, and that is 1 away. Next up for the Padres, 0 for 2, third baseman Jose Miranda, formerly on the Minnesota Twins. Yeah, and plus it's not like you're playing, all of your starters, and then you're having this bad record. I mean, normally you're getting about 70% of a starting lineup from your strong team, and then the off squad, you're getting maybe about a 30% lineup. So, depending on what pitcher is playing with the heavy starter lineup, and depending on how long they go, obviously we'll determine, if you're going to end up winning some of these games or not. But it's all about development. Just seeing how new guys are, adjusting to their new teams like Brendan Donovan and Rob Refsnyder, as well as young guys like Colt Emerson and Kade Anderson, and, seeing what farm guys are doing, and obviously mixing that in with some of the OGs. But since we now have the World Baseball Classic, Julio and a lot of the Dominican players are on a plane right now and have already, going, to their location for that. So we're not going to have Julio for at least spring training games for a little bit until the World Baseball Classic ends in the second week of March. And then once that ends, you'll be able to see Julio play in a few of those games as we get ready for the beginning of the regular season. 2-1 pitch to Miranda. Inside, low, and at the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike from Dobnak to Miranda. 3-1 pitch, takes a strike looking high and inside. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jose Miranda. 3-2 pitch, little slow dribbler there to third. Strong throw to first. And got him. 2 away. Here in Pendleton. Jackie Robinson Day against the Padres. Nice. Hell yeah. I haven't decided what game we're going to go to. I'm only going to go to one per year, and I'm going to do 161 games on the channel. And then obviously if we make the playoffs, which we hope that we will, we should, and I'll be doing every game there. But we were going to do 4th of July, but the tickets went up about $80 in the section that we were going to go to. We want to be about 15 to 20 rows back to try to get a foul ball. But the Blue Jays are coming to town on the 4th of July. So our streak of going to the 4th of July game to get a hat and possibly a ball is potentially going to be over for at least this year. But hopefully I'll be able to go to like a bobblehead day at least, so that way I can get something, that I can bring home with me that's worth, $50 to $100, like a Cal Raleigh bobble or something of that nature. So 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss on Solak. No balls and 2 strikes from Dobnak to Solak. Bottom of the 6th, 5-1 Padre lead. Dino with a fiver. Stacks. Rax with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. And I'll be watching Kade tomorrow. We're at 25 on the Dono train, 75 to go. Ooh, Ryan Sloan out of the pen tomorrow, but it's not televised, damn it. But I'll definitely be tuning in to see how he does. 2-2 pitch. And that one is fouled off into right field. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. 5-1, Padre lead. Two-two pitch, fouled off. Slider 83 miles an hour there by Dobnak. Bottom of the 6th inning, Padres up by 4 runs, 5-1 lead. Great seeing Kade on the thumb. You know, I didn't know when we were going to get a chance to be able to, see him in action, but you definitely want to evaluate everything that you see as we go into the season. And this has probably been the most exciting, spring training, in quite a few years besides last year, based on how far we were able to get last year. And, we're inching closer to getting to our very first World Series in team history. This is our 50th season. Rick Riz on the radio is retiring. I can't think of a better year for us to go all the way than this year. In play by Solak, popped up. And that is going to be out number 3. Good defense there by the M's. That's the end of the 6th inning. And let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners in the top of the 7th, 0 for 2, DHing today, Josh Naylor. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Randy Arosarena. Happy birthday, Randy. And batting third for Luke Raley will be Johnny Farmello. So let's see if we can get a Johnny Farmello photo here. Another highly touted farm system individual. All right, Johnny, let's see what you can do, baby. Judah in the building, what's good? Still no power, huh? Duran did? Nice. I've always liked his game. Let's go to the top of the 7th inning, 5-1, Padres lead. And again, I got a schedule for the rest of the televised games. So, I think we're going to have another about 10, and then we'll have a few World Baseball Classic games, maybe 4, 5, or 6 of those. And then obviously we get to the end of March, and then we'll have regular season games for those last few days of March as well. So it'll be baseball streams on the channel for a majority of this month. If I decide to sprinkle in a NASCAR or an NBA stream in between, it's possible. And again, I'm definitely looking forward to doing baseball every day. So Adcock on the mound for the Padres. And first pitch to Josh Naylor, low and at the knees, 4-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Let's go, Nails. Big swing and a miss on that 1-0 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike from Adcock to Naylor. 1-1 pitch. Naylor crushes it towards first base. Foul. How you doing food-wise and everything else for you and all the animals at the house with the cats and whatnot? Hopefully you guys are, I assume that you prepared ahead of time. And I know you got a wood stove out there, so at least you have that. If you didn't have a wood stove, how cold would it get inside your place? Probably very uncomfortable, I would assume, with all that snow outside. Big swing and a miss, and down goes Naylor swinging, 1 away. Food, water, and firewood. That's good to hear. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K. Birthday boy, left fielder, Randy Arosarena. Unfortunately, we missed our window for snow. We're not going to have any because normally when we get snow, it's not in December. It's usually in February for like a day or two. And, we're not going to have any, it looks like. So unless we end up getting something at the end of this year, but I highly doubt it. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss with the cutter by Rodriguez to Arosarena. 1 ball and 1 strike to the birthday boy, Randy Arosarena. 39 in the house with no wood stove. Holy cow. Yeah, that would not be ideal for you and the animals there. I mean, not impossible to survive with a lot of blankets and whatnot, but not ideal. Pitch is low and at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike from Rodriguez to Arosarena. 2-1 pitch. And Randy pops it up. Should be an easy out here in left field. And that is 2 away. And next up, farm system prospect, Johnny Farmello. And again, another one of the top 100 guys that we have in the farm. And let's see what Johnny Farmello can do. Hancock actually looked pretty good today, Miguel. Obviously if we would have had him pitch in the second inning instead of Roth, maybe the game would be tied right now, or we'd only be down a run. But, that's what happens. You have one shitty, jobber pitcher that comes in that normally wouldn't pitch for your team in the regular season. And then all goes to hell if they have good players on the other side in their rankings. So, and that's what happened to us in the second. But, most of the games that I've watched, we've won or have been at least pretty competitive. But, you just don't really know, each day how they're going to approach the game and, who's going to be hot and who's going to look good and who's going to struggle. But, I've watched pretty much every game that's been televised, and even the games that haven't been televised, I've, done a little bit of a, like a little bit of a listen, based on what they have on the MLB app, just to kind of see how things are going. Pitch fouled off, low and away with the changeup by Johnny Farmello. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Rodriguez to Farmello. But again, we didn't have Hancock start. He just came in as like a relief pitcher. And obviously we assumed that he would be the guy that would get a chance to come in first if someone got hurt, like Castillo or Miller or Wu, Gilbert or Kirby. But hopefully we don't have 4 out of our 5 starters injured again. And I would love to see Kade Anderson get a chance to, getting the starting lineup. I think he's already better than Hancock, even, being as young and raw as he is. Hell, I think Emerson, don't have a whole lot of faith in him, but, we'll see what happens with, obviously some of the others like Kade Anderson. I think I would trust Kade more than I even would trust Castillo and Miller at times. So we'll see how long it takes for him to be on the team, probably May or June. And let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning and see who's up next here for the Padres. We're going to have Acuna, Rodriguez, and Bowen up next here for the San Diego Padres. And I don't know if they're going to make another change from Dobnak. So we've had Kade Anderson, and then Roth, who shit the bed, and then Alford did pretty good, Hancock, Cleveland, who had some nasty delivery, and then obviously Dobnak there. And they've had Sears, Estrada, Miller, Jacob, Rodriguez, so they haven't gone through as many pitchers. But we only got 3 hits today. Padres got 7, and a majority of those were in that second inning. So No, I mean, I still think, Wu is our best pitcher, and then I'll go Logan Gilbert 2, and then Kirby 3, and then Miller 4, Castillo 5. But, I mean, I think Kade, if you ended up starting him, I think he would be better than Miller or, Castillo and Hancock, in my opinion. But again, they're going to take time. They don't want to rush him, but just based off what he has, the stuff, and then the aura and the vibe, to me, he could end up being, the fourth best. Even if you threw him in the lineup at the beginning of the year, Miller and Castillo are very hit or miss, and I don't trust Hancock at all. So, we know sometimes Miller looks great, but sometimes he looks off, and I like Miller more than Castillo. Castillo needs to be traded and whatnot, and once we get rid of him, then that opening for Kade will be open. But, realistically, for Kade to play earlier than May or June, that would mean that someone would have to get hurt in the starting 5, and they probably would throw Hancock in first. But I think Kade would be ready, and I think he's got more stuff that I trust, in his repertoire than I do with, Miller and Luis Castillo. So 0-1 pitch, takes a strike looking down the middle. No balls and 2 strikes from Dobnak to Acuna. But Kade looked awesome, came in, struck out the side, and for a guy that was the first pick, in the, first round for the Mariners, 3rd overall, won the Natty with LSU. He's going to be, that guy for us, especially since we haven't had a lefty in the starting lineup in a minute. 1-2 pitch. Low and away from Dobnak. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Dobnak to Acuna. But I would probably go, Wu, Gilbert, Kirby, Miller, and then, Kade Anderson. That would be, ideal, but we're probably going to have to wait till we get to that point. And down he goes, and that is 1 away. Next up is Rodriguez. Yeah, but we probably will have to wait till May or June, for him to, unless we have a major injury prior to that, for him to get the full official call-up. First pitch to Rodriguez, a little slow dribbler, and good defense. Throw to first, and that is 2 away. Nice job there by Connor Joe, securing the ball and tapping on the bag in time. Good defense there by the Mariners. But I've been waiting for a left-handed starter that was good, for the team for quite some time now. And, you don't want to have all righties or all lefties. You definitely want to have a mix. Obviously having 2 lefties and 3 righties would be ideal, but obviously there's not as many left-handed pitchers that there are compared to righties in Major League Baseball. And a lot of the lefties are usually in the pen, not really starting. So first pitch from Dobnak to Bowen, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. Bottom of the 7th inning, 5-1 Padre lead. But again, we will be doing all spring training games that are televised for the Mariners the rest of the way, including World Baseball Classic games for Team USA and the Dominican Republic. And Bowen with a slow dribbler there that gets past the Mariners, and he's going for 2 and safe. Come on, Seattle. Good hustle there by the Padres. I see you, Bowen. Bowen with a double to the shortstop there. Cal Raleigh, 60 home run bobblehead night. Man, I need one of those. First 40,000 fans on March 28th versus the Guardians. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to that game, but I guess I could always go on eBay and try to bid on one of those, but you're probably having to spend $50 to $100 or more. Don't have that to do that at the moment, but, maybe at some point. First pitch to Schnell. Back, over the wall. And gone. Schnell homers to center, 421 feet, and 5-1 turns into 7-1 real quick. Bowen scores as well, 7-1 Padre lead. And this is probably the first, time I've seen us get smacked in a while. But again, if we would have had Kade Anderson pitch more than an inning, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But also only putting up 3 hits and only getting 1 home run by Luke Raley, that ain't going to get it done either. So, you need the other guys to step up. But it is spring training ball, and this is what it's about, just getting your reps in. You're not going to win every game in spring training. First pitch from Dobnak to Sanabria, fouls it off, low and away, 0-1 count. but I still enjoy, calling games, watching games, and I enjoy spring training ball more than, regular season NBA or NHL games. So, again, we are going to have a great season, and, you want to be able to get as much information about the players as well as footage as we go into the regular season. And again, I'll be here to do that for you guys. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Romeo Sanabria. Yeah, Rob Refsnyder. And a slow dribbler there. Mastroboni is there, and that is out number 3. Yeah, Refsnyder is going to be good. He's good against lefties. Very down-to-earth guy. Has already made a lot of friends in the clubhouse. Is not going to play every day, but again, when we go against lefties, he mashes. He seems like a good teammate, and we're very excited to have him. End of the 7th inning. 7-1, Padre lead. Let's go to the top of the 8th, and let's see if we can at least get one more run, before this game is over. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K, right fielder Dominic Canzone. Batting second will be Connor Joe, and batting third will be Miles Mastroboni. So let's see if we can get photos of those other players here momentarily. So Canzone up first, Connor Joe up second, and Miles Mastroboni up third. All right, Rodriguez coming in for Adcock on the mound for the Padres. And, if we're going to lose the game, that's fine. Obviously I would rather win in spring training, than lose, but it's not a regular season game. So, obviously that's not going to count on the win-loss column. But again, you don't want to, see a 1 or a 0. You definitely want to be, at least 3 or more, or at least try to get to that point. But we'll see if we have anybody that's got any heart left, to be able to try to get us out of this 6-run hole that we're in right now. Yeah, I've seen some interviews, with Donovan Solano and Rob Refsnyder that they posted on Mariner socials, and they both seem like awesome, just individuals, like off the field, and so that's going to bring, great competitiveness, and it's going to bring a nice, kind of chemistry and continuity, with the regular guys, with those new additions, and again, we're going to love, obviously Brandon Donovan and Rob Refsnyder, newbies coming in, on top of, guys that are new like Kade Anderson, and, we'll get a chance to see Ryan Sloan and, a few of these other individuals, that will make an impact, like Colt Emerson as well. First pitch from Adcock to Canzone. Looks like they're going to keep him out there for the Padres. Big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Adcock. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss with that cutter. No balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Come on, Dom. Finish strong, baby. Let's go. Oh-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Check swing there by Dominic Canzone. Does he go around? No, he does not. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Adcock to Canzone. Come on, Don. I mean, even if we only hit 1 more home run before the game ends, that would be sweet. Just something to get excited about. We got a Luke Raley home run, but that was it. Little chopper up the middle, throw to first, and down goes Canzone, and that is 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman Connor Joe. Toby in the building. What's good? First pitch into Joe for a strike. 0-1 count. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss with that sinker by Adcock. No balls and 2 strikes to Connor Joe. Top of the 8th inning, 7-1 Padre lead with 1 out. Kade Anderson in his debut in the majors. Got 3 punch outs in the first inning, gave up a couple hits in the second, and they pulled him when we still were up 1-0 with a Luke Raley home run, and it's been pretty much Padres from the second inning on all down. 0-2 pitch. Joe with a little pop-up blooper at first base, and that is 2 away. Next up, second baseman Miles Mastroboni. Let's go, Mastroboni. First pitch, takes a strike looking, low and away. Slider 86 miles an hour by Adcock. No balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 out. 7-1 Padres lead. Come on, Ems. Trident's up. Let's go, Mariners. Try to find a way to get to 3 before this one is over. That would be best case scenario. But realistically, we'll probably end up losing 7-1 or maybe even more, depending on who's pitching. But 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking down the middle. 97 miles an hour there by Adcock. No balls and 2 strikes to Miles Mastroboni. 0-2 pitch. Low and away with the splitter missing badly. 87 miles an hour there by Adcock. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Miles Mastroboni. Let's go, Mastroboni. One-two pitch. Little slow dribbler towards third base. A little bit closer to second. Throw to first. Got him! We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Kind of looking like we're only going to score 1 today unless we get lucky in the 9th. Let's see who's up next here for the Padres. All right, Capusano, Castanon, and Duggan. And I don't know if Dobnak will still be pitching out there. He's already pitched 2 innings, so we might have a new pitcher here for the Mariners as well. I got WWE Elimination Chamber on in a couple hours. I'll be able to take my pup on a walk, and I'll be able to enjoy that. And then we got Circuit of the Americas, COTA, tomorrow for the NASCAR Cup Series. So those will be the 2 events that I'll be watching. And then we'll be back on the channel sometime between Sunday and Tuesday, depending on if we just wait for the next spring training game for the Mariners, or if I decide to do NASCAR tomorrow or an NBA game while we wait. But we will wait and see. Bottom of the 8th inning, 7-1 Padre lead. No problem. I got you. For anybody that's listening or watching, for the Mariners or for whatever team that we're playing against. So I got you. Yeah, I mean, if we had more people support, again, I did Bowman Gray and I did Daytona and whatnot. And again, if the support is there, and I can get people to actually show up, but I don't know if we're going to do any NASCAR or NBA for March, just because, it's very hit or miss. Sometimes people show up, sometimes people don't. And, it takes me a lot of time and energy and effort to get prepared for a stream, to make the thumbnail and get everything going for nobody to show up. So, realistically, I probably won't do another NASCAR stream, the rest of the year. I would like to, if people would actually help and support and show up, but 2-0 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike from Diaz to Capusano. But I will be watching. I mean, I watch every race from beginning to end, but if I'm going to be putting in a lot of effort and time, it has to be worth it. 2-1 pitch and popped up, and that is 1 away. Good defense there by the Mariners. Nice job there by Johnny Farmello. 1 away. Castanon walking up as we have Diaz on the mound. First pitch from Diaz to Castanon, takes a strike looking with the slider, 77 miles an hour, low and away, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch popped up. There we go. Wilson in there and a nice catch. 2 away. Bottom of the 8th with 2 outs, 7-1 Padre lead. And obviously once you get to like the last 2 innings of a spring training game, a lot of the names are, a little unfamiliar for most. I mean, unless you're really deep into the farm system with single A, high A, double A, or triple A for your favorite team. First pitch from Diaz to Dungan. High and inside, 1-0 count with that slow curve. One 0 pitch from Diaz. Big swing and a miss on that slider, 78 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Diaz to Dungan. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss on that slider off the plate. Gets him to chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Diaz to Dungan. One-two pitch, low and away, slider, 79 miles an hour. A couple feet off the plate there. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Diaz to Dungan. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and that is out number 3. Nice job by Diaz there for the Mariners. And let's go to the top of the 9th. Last opportunity for the Mariners to be able to get to 2 or 3. Obviously, we're not going to rally and score 6 runs more than likely, or 7 to win, but it would be nice to be able to get at least 1 more home run or 1 more RBI before this one is over. Next up for the Mariners will be Wilson coming in, filling in, who made one of those outs in the previous inning, one of the kind of jobber fill-in players. And then big dumper Cal Raleigh, 0 for 3 with a K. Let's see if we can get something going here with Cal. And then batting third, 0 for 3 with a K. DHing its Nails, Josh Naylor. So we got Cal and we got Naylor in this inning, and hopefully we'll be able to get something out of those guys. But Elimination Chamber again on in about an hour and a half, so I'm definitely excited about that. If I had more time to make a thumbnail, I would do a stream for that, but I'm going to probably just watch it with the pup, as well as a few friends that I have across the country, and like Odin in New York. We'll be tapping in and talking to each other while we watch the event, and hopefully it'll be worth our time. As we have seen, some of the PLEs this year, as well as last year, weren't the greatest, but hopefully it'll be halfway decent. And then obviously we got NASCAR Cup Series tomorrow with Kade. And then obviously a few NHL and NBA games sprinkled in between. All right, looks like they're going to give a chance for Rodden to get the at-bat other than Wilson. Brock Rodden. All right, Brock Rodden leading off. Cal Raleigh batting second on deck, and Josh Naylor batting third. First pitch, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Fans in the crowd singing happy birthday to Randy. 0-1 pitch, Rodden. Hard hit, blooper, into left field. There we go. Nice job there by Rodden. Nice job, Brock. There we go. All right, Charping is coming in. So I'm not sure if we're going to get Cal or Naylor. They might end up having others come in, but we will see. Connor Charping getting a chance. First pitch. Little check swing with the changeup. Gets called for a strike, 0-1 count. Top of the ninth, 7-1 Padre lead with a runner at first. Rodden with a little blooper there. In the top of the ninth, we're down by 6. Highly doubt we're going to score anymore, but it would be nice to get at least one more run or RBI or home run opportunity, but that might be a big ask. 0-1 pitch, fouled off behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes from Hart to Connor Charping. O2 pitch from Hart. High and away with the splitter, 84 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Hart to Charping. Top of the ninth inning, runner at first with no out, 7-1 Padre lead. 1-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 looking on Charping. Nice strikeout there by Hart. All right, here we go. Next up, 0 for 3 with a K, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Let's go, big dumper. Pretty rare for a guy like Cal to pitch the whole game, but committed, when Kade was going to be, the starter. And I love that about Cal. Trying to help out some of the other, jobber pitchers and, mid relievers and bullpen guys as well. First pitch, big swing and a miss by the big dumper with that splitter, 0-1 count. Hart on the mound, Cal Raleigh in the box. On deck is Josh Naylor, so if we can continue this inning, and if Raleigh can get a homer or an RBI, we might be able to make a little bit of a comeback here late. Throw to first, safe. And we're less than a 1 month away from the season opener between the Guardians and the Mariners. I can't wait. But we'll be doing a lot of spring training baseball and a lot of World Baseball Classic until we get to that moment on March 26th. Little slow dribbler up the middle by Cal. Double play opportunity. And that is the game. And we hit into 3 double plays today, which is not ideal. And I don't even think we got one ourselves. So kind of a rough day. Keith Anderson was great. Luke Raley was great. But other than those 2, we didn't really have anybody else step up. So, but I hope everyone enjoyed the broadcast. I always enjoy watching and calling Mariner games. If you are a WWE fan, you got Elimination Chamber in an hour and a half. So get ready for that. And again, like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do on your way out. And we got final score, Padres 7, Mariners 1. And I got a question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I am out. Gang, go Mariners.